morning, Glenn Kirschner.
Good morning, Steph.
What did you say last night on the 11th hour? You said we are in a...
I said that we are a nation adrift in unaddressed lawlessness, and I probably should have added that DOJ, how about you lower some damn lifeboats?
Yeah. I mean, it feels that way. Part of it, you feel like, oh my God, it's a lot of criming to keep up with for the DOJ, but holy crap, we better get going. I mean, first question, the Secret Service texts, are those recoverable? I mean, obviously deleting texts after they've been requested legally, I assume is another crime, but talk to us about that first.
Yeah. So first of all, after there has been a request, prosecutors will often put in what are called preservation orders to try to maintain the status quo until we can get our hands on potentially relevant information. I think the OIG, the Inspector General's office, did, what in substance is the same. They said, we are requesting these texts, and thereafter they were destroyed, they were deleted. That, I'm sorry, has the smell of nefarious conduct. Doesn't prove that it's nefarious conduct. But here's the thing. Ordinarily, even when you're migrating service from, one phone to another, from one provider to another, that doesn't mean everything that has gone before is forever deleted, wiped away. So some of this stuff might be recoverable. The cell phone providers will retain the content of text messages for some period of time, but each company has its own internal guidelines. Some will retain it 60 days, 90 days, 180 days. So we have no idea what's retrievable. But what I know, Steph, is this stinks to high heaven. Yeah. I mean, why would texts from January 5th and January 6th be deleted when we all knew the historic importance and evidentiary importance of those text messages?
Yeah, they said the Secret Service said they were lost as a result of a device replacement program. How does that
or an evidence destruction program, one or the other.
How does that sit with you as a prosecutor? I mean, the thing is, speaking of recovering evidence or whatever, I mean, the people that say be patient, the DOJ is, I mean, they cite the raids of Eastman and Jeffrey Clark, right? My favorite answer is, can I put my pants on? No. So they cite that these are actual raids, that the DOJ must be doing something. Where do you fall on people that are saying that? Be patient. They're obviously investigating, and people like Chairman Schiff, who are saying this is unprecedented, that the committee would be so far out in front of the DOJ, or that even Georgia would be in front of the DOJ on this.
Steph, I struggle every day to balance my own sort of acknowledged need for patience with the extreme frustration I feel because the DOJ is not acting quickly enough, has not acted quickly enough. And now we have witness tampering on top of the substantive crimes. Can I tell you, witness tampering is something I call loaded gun evidence, not just smoking gun evidence, because it presents a clear and present danger to the integrity of investigations. So what we would do as prosecutors, I can't tell you how many times I did this, because unfortunately, practicing in the courts of Washington, D.C. for decades, we had to deal with lots of witness tampering. Steph, we jump on it immediately. We investigate at light speed, we secure an arrest warrant, and then frankly, we make a very public, splashy show of the fact that we just locked up somebody who was tampering with witnesses. Because one, we have to neutralize that threat. And two, we need to send a message that deters others from tampering with witnesses.
Right.
Steph, none of that has been done. And I am at a loss for why the Department of Justice seems to be sitting back on its heels.
Well, and what do you make of Chairman Thompson saying that? Like, we're apparently not going to hear from this witness now that Donald Trump tampered with? I mean, what strikes me is when you always talk about mob prosecutions, I mean, because, of course, legally they're saying, well, if Donald Trump called, but he didn't leave a message and they didn't talk, you can't really prove witness tampering. But you and I both know, first of all, this is some lower level aide that has never heard from Donald Trump in his life. Clearly, we know why he was calling. But where are we legally with that?
So I am of two views when I hear Representative Thompson say we're going to forego presenting important witness testimony from somebody who has been tampered with. One, I hear the terrorists are winning.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
the other take is, and I hesitate to say this because we've seen no signs of life from the Department of Justice, but the other interpretation is DOJ is now working on that, digging into it, and they've asked the committee, please let us deal with this witness tampering piece before you out the witness publicly and present the testimony, because we need to get this person locked into the grand jury first. In a sane, functioning Department of Justice, the second explanation is the more compelling one.